Hey there, y'all. Welcome back. It's me, Parzival, and I'm sorry. It's been a hot second since I've recorded. Uh, we don't need to go into any of that, but happy Thanksgiving to you all. I know I'm about a week late on that, but I hope everyone that watches this video, I hope they at least had a good Thanksgiving with their loved ones or whoever you spent it with, whether it was friends or family. And I hope my voice is a bit more clearer. I got a new microphone in, and it seems to work a lot better. But as you can see, we're playing a game called Hooked on You. It is a Dead by Daylight dating sim. I don't know how I found this. I was scrolling through Steam one day, and I was looking at this other vid that might, or I was looking at this other game that might be in a video later on, so I don't want to spoil nothing. But then I came across this, and I just thought, you know what, this is perfect. Now, I haven't played too much of Dead by Daylight. I got more into it whenever the Ghoul came, King Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul. He is actually one of my favorite killers to play. I've tried playing the Huntress and who else have I played? The Pig, but I never really got too far. I never got like really too into the game, I should say. So I could tell you like the Trapper and the Huntress, but other than that, I don't really know the characters too well. And yeah, right here's the Huntress, and you know what? We're jumping in. New file. I already gotta go with the Parzival. I have no idea what's in store for us. I just ran across this, just saw the words Dead by Daylight dating sim, and jumped right on in. You wake up on the beach, soaking wet, salt water stinging the inside of your throat, as if you nearly drown. Water falls from your mouth as you open it to gasp for air. You have no memory of how you got here. In fact, you can only remember your own name, but not where you came from or a single fact about your life. Well, isn't that convenient? What you do know is that despite the outrageous beauty of the landscape around you, you feel incredibly sick to your stomach. Wow, really went down the wrong pipe, huh? You need a minute or can I go? Because I can give you a minute. We got plenty of time, endless time, really. On eternity. In eternity, if you catch my drift. I'm sorry, what? What? Whoa, not now, Ocean. Sorry, Parzival. May I continue? Please, go on. Okay then. As I was. As I was saying. You look down at your feet, ankle deep in the crystal blue water of a newly arrived wave. As the water recedes back into the ocean, it reveals a grotesque discovery. Yep, that is a discovery. A decomposing face stares up at you from beneath the sand. All you can do is vomit a stream of dark bile, bugs, worms, and other ick. Questions race through your mind. Where are you? How did you get here? Who is behind this incredibly charming and hey, well-spoken voice in your head? However, answers don't come easy. Your mind is completely blank. What will you do? Oh, um, run, close your eyes. You know what? I just want to see what happens if we dig up the face. You brush the sand away from the half-buried human head embedded in the ground before you. What we got there? There is no body, just his head. As you pick it up, flakes of skin fall to the ground. The jaw falls open, revealing a gold coin sitting on the rotting tongue of this poor dead soul. Getting your hands dirty, I see. I like that. You're a take charge type. I don't know, I gotta figure out a voice for him. You examine the gold coin briefly, happily distracted from what has otherwise been an extremely confusing morning. The sun beats down on you, drying your clothes. You check your pockets, but they're empty. Plenty of room for a gold coin, you suppose, and so you deposit it. Why, that's a nice coin you've got there. What if you were to spend it right now? No thanks, or why not? Why not? Yo, it's Dwight! I don't know Claudette, but yo, it's Dwight. Hey. Claudette quickly relieves you of your gold coin and tosses it to Dwight, who bites down on it like an old-timey prospector before handing it back to you. And wait, and this is for you. Give me a second, I gotta come up with a voice. I don't got a voice. Is for you. Yo, I got a drink. Claudette presents you with a tropical drink. When you take a sip, you find that's incredible. Money well spent in your estimation. But I gotta ask, could somebody maybe design the next one of these dating sims to be all inclusive? Really take some of the fun out of the fantasy vacation and be watching your wallet the entire time. We thank them. Thanks for the drink. Thanks for the drink. It's quite delicious. I gotta go back to my voice for it. You're welcome. Did someone thank us? Go with it, Dwight. It's normal to be thanked for doing a good job. Trust me on this one. I don't know either, guys. Just bear with me. Your mind doesn't have a chance to linger any longer on your current situation as you feel something soft bump into your foot. When you look down, you find a volleyball sitting in the sand there next to you. What's that one volleyball name from that one movie? It's like, I think it started with it. Oh, I think it was like Oliver or something. That's probably wrong. You stare down, frozen. A voice calls out from behind you. Little help, please. I wonder if I could do a deeper version. Little help, please. Nope. That's little. Nope, I'm not even gonna try. You turn around, and what you see there is what's waiting for you. Your jaw just about hits the ground. A woman. A guy. I don't know it. Yep. Great. Why are your hands bloody, dude? Four gorgeous monsters stand halfway between you in a well-tended volleyball court. Each of them oozes with undead energy, a magical aura, reaching out and penetrating you via your eyes. Your heart begins to race, curiosity, fear, desire. You can't help but stare at these casually dressed, let's call them killers. I don't know, not to be judgmental, but that's just the energy they put out there. So many competing feelings rush through your mind at once that you are completely paralyzed. Hello? There are weird days, and then there's this. All you can do is look down at the ball and back up at this monstrous lineup of, well, literal monsters. Sexy ass monsters, though. What do you do? Say no thanks. Now we'll toss it back. You bend down, grab the ball. It's warm from sitting in the sand on this beautiful day. When you give the ball a toss, it arcs beautifully through the air and lands right in the huntress's hands. Not bad, stranger. Nope. I don't know, I'm still coming up with a voice. Huntress's muscles ripple as she grips it in her hand. You look at her up and down and consider what it might be like to be held tightly in those strong arms. Warm, perhaps. Maybe a little sweaty, but that's okay. It's natural. No. I'm nope. You guys got nope. Try hard much. Blech. They're speaking directly to you, but you still can't bring yourself to reply. You're entranced. When you snap out of it, you realize that everyone has gone back to the volleyball court, alone again. You look across the beat at these strange residents who casually bat at volleyball back and forth, happily ignoring your intrusion onto their private beach. Should you be frightened, worried, excited? I did refer to them as killers, not to give too much away. But at the same time, damn! They are looking very appealing in their own way, and nobody so much as lifted a blood-soaked finger in your direction. Don't be scared, Parzival. You were made for this. Well, geez, if the spooky ocean voice says not to be scared, I'm sure it's all going to work out. With no good reason not to, you decide to head over and see what happens next. It seems like you derailed the volleyball game just by showing up. You derailed the game just by showing up, nitwit. And I guess you're also a nitwit. Look, it's best to just go with what Trapper says when he says it. That's a policy I hold for pretty much anyone who always seems to have fresh blood on their hands. Hey, don't worry about it. It's all just a game. Existence, that is. Sure. Besides, you seem a lot more interesting than a silly game. What's your deal? What brings you here? You mean, they're here to do more than distract from my total domination? I don't know. That was Wraith. That sigh means he was. That sigh means he was done with the game too. Either that, or he saw a butterfly or something. Look, I don't care why the slack-jawed moron is here. I just want to know, can I kill them or not? You know you can't. At least not yet. Oh yeah? Not yet? Hey, Parzival, you might want to, say something. Actually, never mind. There'll be plenty of time for that soon enough. Right now, this group has some questions for you. Why'd I go southern? But be warned, answer quickly and answer well. Oh no, this is a time quiz. It will be very important later. Very important. Or not important in any way whatsoever. Probably that one. I can't remember. How attractive would you say you are? Very. I'd say I'm very attractive. That's what you think very attractive is compared to this? Trapper flexes his muscles are so tight you can practically see the blood running through his veins. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? Super strength. Super strength would be cool. Strength isn't all about muscles. True strength is up here. You expect Trapper to point to his head, but instead he taps one of his balding shoulders. It's specifically in these muscles. Nobody gives a shit about your calves. What was your best? I don't know. What was your best subject in school? Math or let's go history. History? Nice. It's important to know what came before, so we are not doomed to repeat humanity's mistakes. I mean, we will anyways, but still. What's your favorite animal? Well, I'm gonna go honest here, cat. Definitely a cat. No. What? Why is everyone looking at me? You think just because I'm the typical cute goth girl, go some specific love of all cat things, and more specifically black cats? Well, I do, but you can go to hell anyways. What's your favorite color? Blood red. Red? Some call it the color of love, but love is just another word for pain. What's your dream? Ooh. Not working at all? If we get to do what we really want, why work at all? It takes a lot of courage to break free from society's expectations to climb the ladder. Only she could spin laziness into some kind of great crusade, these damned millennials. Best flavor of ice cream. Vanilla? Vanilla? My favorite flavor is pain. God, this voice is starting to hurt. Same here. Now, butterfly. Mine is vanilla, swirled with pain. I think mint chip is the greatest flavor I ever conceived myself, but enough about ice cream, am I right? Hold on a second, this reminds me. I am right. Always. It's a lesson you should learn before we go too much further. Do what I say if you want to survive. Pick mint chip. More teaching lessons now, narrator. You rascal. Kill or be killed is the rule on this island. even for faceless voices. Tell me, what's the best flavor of ice cream? Mint chip. The best flavor is mint chip. So obedient. I think you're gonna do just fine. Anywho, now that they know so much about you, I'm sure the group wants you to start getting to know them. I'm Trapper. Pretty much run things around here. I'm the smartest, richest, strongest person on this whole island. I don't like losers. If you want to know what a loser is, say hello to Wraith. Hi, I'm Wraith. I'm nothing like everyone else. I like nice people and loathe big dumb idiots. Hey, what's up? I'm Spirit. I don't like most things. I don't really hate most things either. It's not worth my time, but the things I do hate, I really hate, you know? You know what, I'm just gonna stop doing the female voices, I can't do them. Based on my personal observations, life is nothing but suffering and society is a carefully calculated lie to keep everyone subservient to those powers. It's better to choose to just not take part. Jeez, it's like she was downright murdered by society. She hates it so much. Oh no, wait, I remembered. Spirit's his story now. And that's almost exactly what happened. Hey, I'm Huntress. Don't let these bummers get you down. There's lots of fun to be had on this island, along with lots of love. Yeah, there is, if you know what I mean. Grow up. Grow a body. I've explained this 1,000 times. I'm dead, but I'm not a literal ghost. I just create a trail of fog. I'm not made of it. Whatever, fog body. That's not nice. He's not nice. You love it. Only sometimes. Ew! Really? That's disgusting. That's why she likes it. Don't speak for me. I also hate it. Stop speaking entirely, actually. For the first time ever, I agree with Wraith. Let's move on, otherwise they'll do this all day. Besides, if I know this crew, and I do, I want to show off soon enough. If we're done playing, let's do something else instead. Wow, for once I actually agree with the meathead. I say, we go to my yacht. It's the massive boat docked nearby. I'll give everyone a taste of true luxury and power. Wraith rolls his eyes. Don't mind him, he just hates fun and happiness. Oh, I hate the endless, desperate, soul-crushing pursuit of wealth. The way it's flaunted needlessly and the cruelty of it engenders. What about hanging out by the pool? I find the water calm and simple and beautiful. Hey, what about our volleyball game? We can exercise and have some fun as a group. Are you all serious? There's a perfectly good lounge to chill out at right here. I'm tired, and besides, I hate being in the sun. Where do you want to go? Well, that's probably Trapper's yacht. It's probably not there. I don't know. Now that we, this one, be great to relax for a second at the lounge. To kick up your feet, look out over the ocean, relax on your own terms. Who would want anything else? Dry, comfortable, enjoying a cool drink on a hot day? It's the best. I mean, what kind of fool, what kind of monster, what kind of mask-wearing psychopath would finally be granted a break from the constant grind of chasing and fighting to get ahead, and then choose to exert themselves in, quite frankly, any way whatsoever? Why am I the only one who gets it? It's time to stop living by their rules. I won't do it any longer. Yeah, we should probably give her a second to calm down. Hold on! For just one moment. This is Dwight and Claudette, our activities coordinators. They're also the cooks, waiters, bartenders, janitors, and every other job. They're the only help remaining on the island. This place we call Murderers. Murderers Island. Cue dramatic musical floor. None of the others survived. Survived the interview process, I mean. Hence why we shall heretofore refer to them as survivors with a capital S. These two have worked here a long time, so very long. I don't actually know how long it's been. Sorry. Anyway, I should probably get back to letting Dwight and Claudette do their mandated jobs. They sure look happy, but they're vibrating with a nervous energy that's starting to give me the creeps. Sorry, I forgot I was doing a southern voice for the narrator. We will now escort the group to the venue of your choosing. However, in the future, we recommend waiting for us to present you with your options whenever possible, and don't just run off to various activities unsupervised. We don't have much autonomy around here. At least you could do is allow us to do our job. Most you could do is help us get off this Why? Yes, pardon me. Please follow us. Hey, narrator? Yes, something I can help you with? Those two, Claudette and Dwight. Did they just start to mention something about wanting to escape? Is escape an option? Should I be trying to escape? Escape? Them? Oh, no. I think you're mistaken. It seemed like Dwight was asking for help to get off this island, though. Oh, right. Yeah, that's true. He was, but he just meant that he just wants to get to the other vacation island getaway. A couple miles south of here has much fancier accommodations than this island. There's one of them big corporate outfits, quite exclusive, where all the famous celebrities hang out. Very luxurious. Doesn't quite have the charm that this island has, though. Trust me, you wouldn't want to go there. With all that money comes a lot of restrictions. This is where you belong. Now, off you go. It's time for an activity on this island. Your decisions matter mostly when I agree with them, not like that other island. So what'll it be? Let's go where I first said. Finally freedom from the preposterous premise that the four of us would be engaged in some sort of thrilling 2-on-2 volleyball match. Spirit looks at you from beneath her gigantic sun hat. She takes a conspiratorial tone. I don't know whose idea volleyball was in the first place, but I hate them. I tried to feign a sprained ankle, but everyone already knows I technically float above the ground, so nobody believed I was even putting any pressure on my joints in the first place. Then I tried to annoy everyone by not giving a crap, and when that didn't work, I tried whining, and when that didn't work, I threatened to kill every single person on this island, but turns out I'm not the first to toss those kind of threats around on the island. So thanks, I guess, for getting it called off. Are we threatening to end each other again? Now it's Dwight who takes on a conspiratorial tone, his eyes shifting as he slips into a loud whisper. Please, just make it quick! Is this what you'll be saying when we get behind the bar to make you the drink of your dreams? Hilarious, right? Right, Dwight? Yes, right. So, what'll you be having? Vodka soda, sangria, scotch and rock. How about a virgin daiquiri? I didn't come here to party. I'm just trying to make the best of a very strange situation. I don't know. How about a daiquiri? I know how to make that. But skip the liquor. I'll have mine virgin. Try for Snickers at your choice of words. Sure you will, kid. Don't mind him. We don't need to soak ourselves in booze just to please somebody else's expectations. If you ask me, there's enough spirits here already. Besides, alcohol just numbs you to the painful realities of the world. I choose to face them head on. You never do something like, I don't know, hide from it all behind the world's largest hat or anything. Please allow me to ignore any fashion advice from the man wearing a doll's face as a mask. Not a doll's face, jerk. Since we've fulfilled your request, it's time for you to return the favor. I should have known there was a catch. Icebreaker time. I swear, had I known they'd pull off this kind of enthusiastic community building crap, I'd have suggested we attempt to walk to the lowest point of the ocean before I ever set foot near this bar. You don't think it could be kind of fun? A little fun? Never mind, I hate it. This sucks, but it could be fine. Or whatever you say. Has anyone seen my hat? I've literally never seen him in a hat. If we must make small talk, I'm at least picking a topic before we end up being forced to do some lame improv game that nerds learn at their non-sports, after-school activities that I definitely never did, because I'm no nerd. Methinks a certain someone doth protest too much. Sitting here on this beautiful sunny afternoon, warm sand beneath the cool fog beneath my severed feet. The topic I choose is books. Novels, comics, fiction or not, reading is the only real escape from the inescapable horror of life. The escape into your own mind. A groan rolls through the crowd. Not a lot of readers here, I'd imagine. Based on that response, they were much more enthusiastic about drinking. While little does she know, I'm a reader. Considering the situation we're in, it seems appropriate time to ask you, Parzival, what's your desert island book? The one book you'd bring with you if you were, on an island like this. Oh, and it has to be classic horror, for reasons that should be obvious. She means because this is an island of horror villains, and also those books are all in the public domain. Nothing too modern. Humanity has really gotten soft these past 100 years. So what's your favorite? I guess out of these, I'd choose Frankenstein. I didn't actually read it, but I've seen like 3 movie versions of Frankenstein. They've all been pretty good. You know, you can lie to make yourself look smarter. They're killers, not mind readers. Well, I'm sorry that my person here is an idiot and not actually have read it like I have. Ooh, that's a good one. Seeking knowledge but finding only death? Yeah, I've been there. I can't say my experiments have been as successful, but well, fingers crossed. And fire, don't even get me started. Experiments? Crap. Not again, I swear. Every excuse you give him, it's this talk about. Shut up. Did you just tell me to shut up? Sorry. Take it from me. This one likes to think he's the scientist, but he's actually the monster. Can't I be a little bit of both? Like I said, I haven't actually read it, but it sounds smart enough that I'd be willing to believe it's the true meaning of the story. Enough about these old stories that belong to someone else. I think it's time to make up some new stories of our own. Before you know what's going on, Huntress is waving an empty vodka bottle in the air, a devilish twinkle in her half-mask covered eye. Might I suggest something a little naughty? Let's all get in a circle and spin this bad boy. Who the hell is this guy? Great idea! Trickster, isn't it a bit late to introduce a new character? I thought I was the one who gets to make the rules, so I'm not sure who I'm asking. But I wasn't ready for this. Well, hello, and who is this new fan in the waiting? Beat it, hack. I don't know what the harm in inviting one more person to join the circle for our game. Oh, I can't say. I was just saying it's a great idea, while also teasing the secret trickster ending. I've got much, much better things to do than hang out here. I'm famous. Toodaloo. The rules are simple. First you spin, then you swap. Spit, that is. But let's be clear, this ain't a peep show. We're here for a good time, but in a class. What? All makeouts will happen out of view of the public eye. Real romantic like. Yes, romance is the goal, so we'll all be waiting here in complete silence, trying to listen and use our imaginations while you make out on the other side of the bar, but not watching. Like adults, romantic, well, what the hell is this? Parzival, you're up. You grip the bottle in your hand, and you put your fate in the hands of the empty bottle gods. Minigames consist of two parts. On top, a pointer which rotates in a clockwise direction. And on the bottom, a target you're going to be pointing at. This here upcoming minigame is a special minigame, perfect for the less coordinated because there is no winning or losing. Well, not technically. Wherever the pointer stops, that's your result. I suppose if it doesn't stop where you want to, that's a bit like losing, but no one has to know if you don't tell them. Okay, ready to play, or would you like me to repeat that? I'm ready. Ready. Away we go. Spin the bottle and see who you're gonna smooch. I'll take it. You got Huntress. You two were meant to be. Psych! You actually have to spin multiple times to get your real result. First to get 3 times is your true match. That's how we play hardcore spin the bottle on this here island. Now get your spin on. Okay? You got Huntress. You got Wraith. Oh. You got Huntress. Huntress is your true match. Ooh. Yes, this morning you're waking up on a strange beach, surrounded by strangers with murderous intent. Now you're looking across the beach towel at Huntress, lust in her eyes, sweat glistening on her skin. Your heart races and feel your pulse pounding in your ears. Huntress takes you by the hand, and you sit face to face at a private section of the bar. She begins to reach for you, putting her hands on your shoulders. You're sweating, but not in the sexy way she is. You're sweating in the gross way you'd sweat at the interview for a job you're not even remotely qualified for. You don't know what to do. If you try and lock lips in this state, you might gross her out so completely that she'll never be able to look at you romantically again. Huntress, I'm sorry, but I can't kiss you. What? You're relieved, but also maybe a little hurt. It's not you, well, it is you, but in a good way. I think you're great, maybe too great. I don't trust easily. And I'm afraid of what it might mean to connect with you so early. It's not that I don't want to, I just don't think it's the right thing right now. I understand. Amazing, but also understand this. If you tell anyone I got too soft, I'll break you in half, okay? I'll tell them you almost chewed my whole face clean off. Ooh, I like that. I hate to break up such a passionate moment. Now, wait, we can only assume was passionate because we'd never spy on you consistently while you stay on this island. But dinner is being served right away and must insist that you join us. We wouldn't want anyone dying of starvation. And there are so many more interesting things to die from. Seems like the next activity is mealtime. How quaint. You were expecting what? Capture the flag? You know how complicated it is to run a game like that. Much more so than sitting and talking. You arrive at the cookout area to find an assortment of picnic tables scattered around. What were you expecting? Some kind of grand hall with a huge banquet table? This ain't some prestigious fantasy epic like you'd find on cable. Dwight and Claudette usher you to your seat, but there's a very limited seating directly around you. And oh, great, terrific. It seems that everyone wants to sit next to you. Why? Even better is that they don't want to sit next to certain other people either. To start, no one wants to... Well, I don't blame them. No one wants to sit next to Trapper.
Meanwhile, he refuses to sit next to Wraith or Trickster. Trickster's back? What? Oh yeah, Trickster's here. Surprise? Yeah, well, they don't call him expected stir. I'm sorry, even I get nervous around crowds of killers, and my whole shtick gets a little flesh stirred. Hey there, you looking good, Parzival? Real good. Please don't sit me next to him. And we literally can't let Huntress and Trapper sit together. No, seriously, their arms are too big. They can't fit at the table even if they sit side by side. Look at this, we can't even fit everyone on a screen at the same time. You probably think it was an error, but it's not. It was completely intentional. Let that be a lesson to you. Every error you think you see is a choice. Got that? Okay, Dwight and Claudette are directing traffic. You sit at one side, the rest of them will sit opposite you. Huntress and Trapper can sit at the end with their enormous, sexy arms. Now that everyone is seated, we can begin dinner. Tonight's meal is prepared slowly and carefully with both love and hate for 12 hours over a spit. We hope you all enjoy. We really, really hope you do. Hey, you don't actually tell us what you're serving. What are we eating? It's meat. Seasoned with a specific number of special herbs and spices that we simply can't divulge. My favorite. My favorite. Meat is good. Meat is murder. Which you'd know considering that you've been up to. Who are you to get judgy now? I'm just sharing facts, and you need to murder something to eat its meat, so that's, like, technically true. Technically true is the best kind of true. Okay, enough yapping. Let's eat. Hey, Parzival. You thinking what I'm thinking? It's gonna be a person on that spit, right? Or several parts of overlapping people, perhaps. I haven't seen many pigs wearing palm trees button-down prints, you know? When you look closely at the spit, you spot what definitely appears to be scraps of fabric sandwiched between some layers of meat. I think I might be sick. Is there anything else to eat? This took 12 hours, and we do literally everything on this island. Actually, there's one thing you're not doing today. You're not carving up this delectable meat. Wow, he's right for a change, because I am, with my broad axe, perfect tool for easily chopping anything in twain. First, who says twain? Sometimes I swear it's like we're all from completely different historical eras. Second, I'll handle this with my cleaver. Fast, powerful, and clean. At least it's clean when the meat is cooked, no blood. Ugh, you two and your ridiculous bicep swinging contest. Enough, grow up. Obviously, my gorgeous katana is the only option. Obs. What the hell it is? Oh, I'll show you both my katana and send you to actual hell if you'd like. Please stop, please. I hate when we fight, or talk, or even when we look at each other in the eye. I can do it. I have the skull of Azeroth. Great, instead of slicing it up, you can club it to a second death. Hey, Parzival, I know this isn't what you want to eat, but hurry up and volunteer to carve up Felix. I mean dinner. Otherwise, this will go on for hours. No hyperbole. They once argued over who had the most effective weapons for 72 hours straight. And it doesn't matter which one does it. When they're done, they will take even longer cleaning their weapon, all while explaining the value in maintaining your tools. Despite being a bunch of cold-blooded killers, for some reason they're always terrified of tetanus. Hey, why don't you let me carve up dinner? Splendid idea. We'd hate for it to get cold. We hated when it got cold. Here's a machete, freshly sharpened. Oh, come on. Minigames consist of 2 parts. Yep. Okay, so all this is just the same. I'm ready. Oh, just like in the game. Not bad. Oh, I gotta try to get it. Oh no. Yep. Dang it. I missed 2 of the 5. That was pretty good. I like to see what you could do with a less clumsy weapon. Yeah, I said it, machetes are dumb. Well, let me tell you, Jason would like to have some words with you. Dinner is finally served. For real. The sounds, especially coming from mass killers while they eat, which involves lifting their masks and shoving food up behind them, are nasty. Spirit, meanwhile, doesn't even eat. She's the only one who seems to be embracing being dead. They're all dead, right? This is obviously hell. I mean, come on, we're still trying to be mysterious here. You think mystery comes from easy? Claudette and Dwight aren't the only ones who've been working their asses off to make this night perfect. Well, at least they're lifting their masks. This is only 99% as disgusting as it could be if they just tried to mash stuff through there. Spirit, why aren't you hungry? The 2 best things about being dead is not having to eat. That's only one thing. Think about Parzival. Number 2 is no number 2. One less thing to think about in the afterlife. Even if I wanted to eat, I have no idea what would actually follow. You might have noticed, but I'm mostly just a bunch of dismembered body parts floating in a spectral form. Do you see how deep this cut on my abdomen is? I don't think my digestive tract connects anywhere. Between the food and the behavior of the group, this might be the worst meal in history. But even worse is they're staring at you. You're not eating, and they don't like that. I think they want an explanation why. What do you tell them? I'm sorry? Oh no. Actually, it's not the food or the company. I'm just super self-conscious how I look when I eat. I was just pretending to be grossed out by dinner, so I'd have an excuse not to chew in front of everyone. Sorry if that made things awkward. I'm actually extremely hungry. Yeah, watching people eat is gross, but try to relax, not worry what everyone thinks. It's so important to always remember what people are watching you, judging you. Definitely not ignoring you, right, guys? Is anyone listening to me? Typically, a group that includes one, if not more, cannibals staring at you with meat juice dripping from their chins would be quite scary. However, right now you're barely able to keep your head up, let alone get scared and run away. I'm a narrator, not a physician, so please don't take this as medical advice, but I'm pretty sure you need to eat to stay alive. Oh, hey, it's me again. Your friend, mentor, and guide. Narrator to the narrator, the ocean. Not sure how I feel about that characterization, but I'll allow it. I brought you here, and I might be the only one who can help you now. There's only one thing you must do to survive. You have to figure out why you're really here. No one can tell you, not unless you follow the right path, or at least a right path. There's too many of those to count. Hopefully you pick at least one of them. Because there are even more wrong paths. Many of them lead to your demise. Others lead to something even worse. Starting scenes over and having a fast forward back to where you were, am I right? For this place holds many secrets, even from itself. But the one that truly matters can only be learned if you answer the most important question. Why are you here? Why are you here? Answer that and you'll learn the truth. The ultimate truth. Vague. Vague, mysterious. I gotta give it up to this ocean character. That's some quality early game storytelling. Hold on, I'm back. One more piece of advice. You've made many choices by now. Some of them I liked, some of them I did not. It's in your best interest to make more choices that I like. You wake up, find Spirit holding your limp body, gingerly pouring cool water into your mouth. Don't you just love the ocean at night? I do. Staring out over the vast darkness of the ocean really validates the feelings inside me that we're all truly insignificant and the only thing worth pursuing is revenge. I have to wonder, how could anyone believe anything else? You look out into the darkness of night and ponder her question. Well, it's a simple question. How could they? How could anyone not feel small and alone in the face of such massive nothingness? You found someone special. I used to feel that same way. Small, unimportant, alone, but lately I'm not so sure. I started to feel different. Started to actually think that maybe this island is where I might meet someone special. You look at Spirit, who has turned from the ocean to look at you while you speak on this topic. She's clearly so passionate about. A friend, perhaps something more. I don't know what this island has planned for me. Ah, a friend. Friends are just cowards who seek comfort in numbers. I don't know where I was going with that. I had friends once, back before I was chopped into a bunch of pieces by my father. Friends aren't what's keeping me held together. I'm floating in a cloud of rage. Ugh, I was so dumb. So busy trying to please everyone and be the perfect student, perfect employee, the perfect daughter. I didn't take care of myself and now I'm all I've got. Worst of all, I got distracted from my true purpose, my destiny, the purpose that was sitting inside me my whole life. Okay, so this might sound a bit silly, but Spirit looks around to see if there's anyone else on the beach. When she's convinced that it's only you two, she continues. There's a dragon that lives inside me. I've always known, but I've tried to ignore it. When I couldn't ignore it, I tried to push it down. I'm so stupid. You're not stupid, that sounds badass. Right? But I didn't let it out, and then I, chop chop. And now that dragon is pretty much a one-track revenge beast. But enough about me. What's inside of you, stranger? Nothing but darkness, or no dragon, just a lot of fire. Nothing but darkness. I'd kill to have a dragon. Uh-oh, maybe not the best choice of words. I mean, a dragon sounds awesome, honestly, though. I don't feel like I've got anything inside me at all, just darkness, never-ending darkness. And here I thought Spirit was the biggest goth on the island until you arrived. Perhaps I could light a torch and search through that darkness. Just as things are really heating up, you hear a flurry of footsteps behind you and you quickly spin around, ready to fend off whatever new dangers popped up on this strange island. Only find that it's Dwight and Claudette spitting across the beach, clipboards in hand, which they're waving in the air above their heads. It's very important that we stick to the itinerary and attend each event as scheduled. Playing sick for cute flirt points was not a part of this evening's activities. That's strictly slotted in for after campfire story time. At this rate, we'll be late. Playing sick? No time for excuses. Well, there is, but that's scheduled for after what comes after the flirting. Go, go, go! Once everyone gathered at the fire pit, Dwight and Claudette quickly made an announcement. We're not going to blame anyone in particular, but someone, and we're not going to say who, so don't worry, you, hasn't been sticking to the schedule. That means that we're behind on time for evening activities, and we'll only have time for one person to share their special spooky nighttime story. Just one story, but what the hell? Why do we have story time? But story time is my favorite activity. This is a narrative-heavy experience. You're telling me. You're telling us that only one person here gets to share? How will we decide who? Oh great, we have to decide as a group? That never goes well. Whoever did this, step up now. I swear I won't be angry. I'll merely chop your head clean off. No fuss, no muss. Voice trembling, you realize it's probably it for you, but you embrace your fate. Sorry, everyone. I think they're talking about me, to be honest. I still don't understand how this whole schedule thing works. I guess I lost track of time while I was passed out. Been there before, even though it's taking some pressure off of me, which is an absolute dream come true. Is it really fair to pick on the newbie? Seriously, has anything here ever happened on schedule even once? Damn it, Donald. If you try to flex that authority gimmick one more time, so help me, I'll snap your head off so quick and I'll drown you in his blood. Cynthia, Bus and Muss are back on. You two know I love to hack, slash, and slice. We all know you love to kill. It's almost all you talk about. Nobody named any names. Who even knows any names? Not us. I renounce my name. Who's Donald? Who's Dwight? Who even knows anymore? Call me nobody. But we still gotta get started on story time. So, first of all, who do you think should go? Ah, damn it, that's a name. Please pick somebody quickly so that this tropical vacation doesn't turn into a bloodbath. Oh shit. I kind of want to hear Wraith. So, Wraith or Spirit. Whoa, this entire experience is being carefully crafted to avoid an IP infringement lawsuit, so let's be careful with the catchphrases, will ya? Really? You want to hear from me? I guess. Spirit huffs and dramatically rolls her eyes as she gets to her feet in the front of the campfire. Don't let her talk you out of it, she's great with ghost stories. I don't know where she gets it, but she comes up with the scariest stuff, seriously disturbing. Even to me, and I literally pulled a guy's skull and spine out once with my bare hands. Talk about bullshit stories. If everyone else is going to chit-chat, I guess I can just sit down and Huntress's eyes go red behind her mask and both Trapper and Wraith take their seat. They know when it's worth fighting and when it's not. Well, I hate to break it to you, but tonight's story isn't scary. It's a romance. Too late now, though. I was selected, so I'm going to tell my story. I call it The Prisoner's Kiss. You notice that Huntress and Wraith are both sharing a giant tub of popcorn. Nobody offered you popcorn. Come on, guys. I wanted popcorn. It was a dark summer night. Warm rain seeped from the sky like blood from an old wound. Detective Hada, a celebrated investigator, renowned hostage negotiator, was called to the scene of a strange occurrence, unlike anything she had ever seen before. When she arrived, the scene was chaotic. Crowds had begun to gather. A dozen other officers were doing everything they could to keep curious onlookers away, but how could anyone resist wanting to know more? For there, in the middle of a busy market, had appeared a giant box, strange, alien in its appearance, and massive in size. No one knew how it got there. Was it delivered? Built on site? In such a busy area? How could something like this just appear? A mystery, as if it was conjured by magic. But this was no illusion. The huge box was very real, and someone was trapped inside. Spirit pauses her story to look from face to face of each audience member. She has no expressive, but you feel her vibrating with energy. She's in her element. Help me, cried someone inside the box. It was a man, terrified, trapped, imprisoned, his voice trembling. By now it was if every detective in the city was there, looking, the strange structure up and down, inspecting it on every side. It didn't make sense. There were no doors, no windows, no fasteners, or seams. It was completely solid, and much too heavy to move by hand. Solid, that is, except for a single small slit, just enough to see the bloodshot eyes of the prisoner trapped inside. I don't know what happened. I woke up and here I was. I'm so scared. Please help me, cried the man, as if pleading for his life. No stranger to tense situation, Detective Hada comforted the man. She used her training to calm him and buy time for the other investigators. However, time did not bring clarity, only anxiety, as night dragged on with no progress opening the box. And as the night grew longer, the seeping rain puddling on the ground. The man inside grew more desperate, more sad and lonely, more pathetic and in need of help. But Detective Hada was no help at all, powerless to save him. Guilt began to weigh on her, like it never had before. Don't let me die in here, the man begged. Don't let me die alone. Stay calm, instructed Detective Hada. You're not alone. I'm here. Hell, half the town is here. We're all stuck in this together. And we won't let this be the end of your story. Looking through the narrow set of the passageways, Detective Hada watched her own reflection in the tear-filled eyes of the strange, sad prisoner. Together, they both wept in silence at the hopelessness of the moment. Promise? Asked the man. Promise that I'm not alone? Yes, she promised. I do. A simple pledge. She felt an instant connection like she had never felt before. Not to her family, not to her friends, not to any of the other hostages she had worked so hard to free before. And so, when the man's eyes closed and backed away, it didn't scare Detective Hada, for she knew he would return. And he did, pressing his lips up to the narrow slit in this horrible puzzle box. Repeating his question again, steam flowing from his mouth as he asked, Promise? Promise that I'm not alone. Yes, she promised, I do, and pressing her palms against the cold outside of the box, without truly knowing why, Detective Hada leaned forward and placed her own lips up to the opening, letting her breath creep into this strange structure, allowing her warm lips to fall on this man's. It was a gentle kiss, a moment of compassion. Okay, this story doesn't make any sense. Like, what the hell? So, you see a man in a box, just a tiny slit enough to see through. And after a bit, I don't know why this guy started with it either. He puts his lips up through the crack, and then she does in suit. But why? A moment of compassion. She could feel his brief contact, the beating of her heart, pulsing blood through every inch of her body matched beat for beat in this soft touch. Thank you, said the man, no trace of fear remaining in his voice, and he backed away into the darkness, disappearing in a single moment of eerie calmness. Get back! Yelled an officer, suddenly thrusting himself between Detective Hada and the box, breaking a silence that would soon be filled by a cacophony of whirring gears and clicking latches, a symphony of mechanical activity happening all at once. Something had triggered, as if an unseen lever pulled, and the side of the giant box began to slide open. Detective Hada gripped her flashlight tightly and pushed forward into the foggy interior of the giant box. Her feet splashed in the puddled rainwater, her heart racing as she swept her light from side to side. And that's when her eyes landed on the man, or at least landed on what should have been him. There, in the corner of the box, was a pile of pieces, like parts of doll, almost pulled apart, or perhaps that's just how Detective Hada had to think of him in that moment to survive. A collection of segments, limbs, pieces, disconnected from one another, cleanly severed and placed in a neat little pile. And atop that pile, a head, cold, pale, eyes open, lips an icy blue. Spirit stares at the fire, her own expression lifeless, her lips blue. Tears fall from her chin and soak into the sand at her feet. You're blown away by the story, and it's safe to say you're not alone. Everyone else is looking into the fire up at the sky, anywhere but at Spirit. It was you who chose her, you who initiated this harrowing tale. So sad, so creepy, so sensual? She really went into great detail when it came to describing that kiss. Too much detail, and now no one is sure to act. Dwight and Claudette are staring daggers at you. You have to do something. The game was supposed to be a light-hearted romp. Please, I said do something. Um, uh, I feel like that's the best option, but for some reason I feel like it's gonna get me killed. Cool story, that's just heartless. I don't know about that one either. Alright, we'll go with this one. You stand, and without saying anything, approach Spirit, reaching your arms around her for a hug. Her robe, hovering in the air, begins to wrap itself around you and squeeze you into her. It's kind of like being hugged back, but also like being tied up. Certainly not what you expected. Instinctually, you pull yourself away, but it's an awkward movement, and you nearly fall over into the fire. Spirit says nothing and just floats away without so much as a goodbye. You, meanwhile, Just realize everyone watches truly strange interaction in the corners of their eyes. On that note, everyone decides it's time to take a break, split up for a little bit, so that they can all have a moment alone before bed. Everyone leaves, and you're alone by the fire. The only thing you hear is the ocean slowly lapping against the shore. This is nice. A true moment of peace and tranquility that lasts for all of 7 seconds because fuck, Trickster shows up and he's blaring his latest song. Hey baby, you look lonely. Mind if I join you? Yes, Trickster, I do mind. He doesn't wait for an answer. I know you've been hearing from these guppies all day, but I want you to hear something from a big fish like me. Something special those in charge of this island don't want you to hear. I am the ultimate catch on this island, the only lobster in an ocean of sardines. No one can give you what I can. You just have to find me. Come find me, baby. Trickster leaves. You're a bit confused about what to make of this cryptic clues, but you aren't going to take any time to yourself to think about them just yet. Spirit approaches you. You know, I was watching you while I told my story. I could tell it was having an effect on you, this fog that follows me around. I could feel you breathing heavily, taking me in. You and I are both absolutely flabbergasted at that piece of information. Legit, you learn something new every day, even when you're a narrator. You're doing it again right now. You need to calm down. You should come to the hot tub with me. Dipping in hot tub, dipping in hot tubs with the spirit. You come a long way in a single day. I'm not saying you shouldn't follow her and offer like that. Just don't forget our little talk. Oh no. You and your storyteller friend into the water. It's just the right temperature for an evening dip. Plus, if some jealous sharks come along and manages to jump from the ocean into the pool, you're also pretty sure your killer companion could handle it. I just want to be totally clear. Even though that story bore some similarities in my life, it was not about me in any way, shape, or form. Not symbolically, not metaphorically, and not any other ically. Wait, isn't that the same thing Death says in that Puss in Boots' Last Wish? Not symbolically, not metaphorically. I believe you, completely. Sure, you were cut into pieces in your life, and so was the person in the story. A perfectly normal coincidence. Sure, you're on this island, trapped, one might say, in a most puzzling place. Also a completely regular coincidence. And sure, his lips were blue. Your lips are blue. Really? You'd call this blue? Searching for answers? Hoping to find? Revenge! Okay, so the similarities stop there, I guess. Coincidences? Sorry, the coincidences. Get this through your head, whoever you are. Samurai blood runs through my veins. Or well, maybe it has coagulated by now. No need to sweat the details. Regardless, I'm a descendant of noble warriors. Thousands of years of training with bladed weapons preceded my entrance into this world. Do you know how many swords that is? A lot. You've got to figure that with that many sharp edges, a person is bound to get disconnected from a body part here and there. The truth is, and I wouldn't typically share this, so don't go blabbing about it, I dreamt that story like watching a movie in my sleep when I was just a little girl, years before my father sunk his blade into my skin. I've never been able to shake it. That's a very adult story for a child to dream. Do you believe me? Yes? I know we just met, but yes, I do believe you. The way you told that story clearly came from someplace deep. Oh. Fool! Who taught you must trust a stranger? You're going to get hurt if you don't learn to take better care of yourself. Now you got me wondering, do I believe you if you believe her or not? I don't know. And if I know everything, because trust me, I do know everything, don't I already know the answer to my own question about if I believe your answer to Spirit's question? Whoa. Ocean air got me tripping. Sorry, I didn't mean to distract this bull. Wait, what's important is that a certain corpsey cutie floating in a cloud of magical mist might still be waiting for you to say the right thing and free her from her puzzle box, if you believe that she is the damn it, got me going again. Unfortunately, before you can follow this conundrum to what will surely be a mind-numbing cycle of new questions, you find certain to someone stand before you with a fresh towel ready to dry you off. Sorry kids, but it's time for bed. I might be the youngest one here. I'm no kid. I do, however, love being wrapped up in a fresh, clean towel. My mother used to help me wash my hair when I was young. She'd comb out all the tangles and tie a ribbon around it before sending me on my way. I miss her. You watch as Spirit stares off into the distance, her hand gripping into a tight fist. She doesn't notice you're watching her at first. When she catches you looking, she turns away, roughly grabs the towel from dry, and then pushes him and Claudette aside as she floats off. That was it just me, or did she look like she was crying there, though? I mean, I don't know. You head over to the campfire. The heat is comforting on this chilly night. Looking into the crackling embers, you think about Spirit's story, about the prisoner and the puzzle box. If you manage to escape this place, will you leave with your life, or has it already been taken from you? And is it just a matter of time until you make a gruesome discovery? Before you can dwell too much on your fate, Claudette and Dwight arrive. Their now familiar, creepy smiles stretching from ear to ear. It's a bit menacing to see a smile like that lit by firelight. We must apologize for the accommodations. We weren't prepared for another guest, but we're going to make you comfortable, or die trying. I hand over a pillow and blanket and welcome you to snuggle up by the fire. Perhaps some music will put you at ease. Just try to keep the volume to a minimum. Our other guests aren't the types you'll want to rob of their beauty sleep. Oh no. Ready. Away we go. As you relax and look into the fire, the radio begins to fuzz and flicker. You examine it and decide that you might want to adjust the dial and fix it. Let's see what's on this station. Well, this one. Let's just turn it off. No matter how many things you listen to, you still can't sleep. You decide to ask one of the killers to spend a little more time with you until you're sleepier. Who would you like to summon to your side as you lay by the fire? So I can choose. I kind of want to summon Spirit just to see what happens. See if she's got any more dialogue on her past or not. But maybe I should choose someone else. Oh, the only other person I choose is the Huntress, but I haven't really been going that route. So I guess we'll call over Spirit. Spirit, are you around? I was wondering if I could get a little company. Spirit tells you her secret of falling asleep when she's feeling restless. I like to listen to flute music, dab on some essential oils, and steam my pores. Really? What, even the dead like to relax? I don't really have any of those things around. Spirit reaches out and presents you with a unique item. It's a small comb carved from bamboo. I guess you could hold on to this. It was a gift from my mother. I will want it back, though, and if you lose it, well, you'll get your revenge on me. If it's the last thing I do. You finally start to feel sleepy, except maybe this isn't really a sleepy feeling. Maybe you're paralyzed. You try to keep your eyes open, but you can't. Darkness overtakes you. The dark voice from earlier speaks to you again. It shouldn't still be as spooky by now. You've had a whole day of strange voices in your head, but this one is still undeniably odd. The human body is made up of 60% water. Did you know that? Of course you did. Everyone that knows that. Even amnesiac video game protagonists. Well, guess what? Drink as much as you'd like. You'll never get to 100%, you hear me? Don't think I don't see what you're doing up to? Don't think I don't see what you're up to. Oh, that voice hurt. You awake suddenly to see someone looming over you. Oh god. Trapper sitting beside you, sketching a portrait. Oh, you're awake. I saw you with the spirit right before bedtime. You should know they're not what they seem. Not like me, who is obviously completely honest and trustworthy. I was checking to make sure you weren't sleeping near one of my. Actually, never mind. Just be careful where you sit. But since I'm here, I'd like to share two things with you. One, I do not take rejection well. Two, the first thing is very important to remember. Were you drawing me? Trapper doesn't answer. You aren't drawing stink lines radiating out of me, are you? Still nothing from Trapper. Look, I'm not an easy guy to get along with, but I'm an easy guy to spend time with. That will make sense if you choose to spend time with me tomorrow. The rest of the scum live like rats. They wouldn't know what a good time if I bit 'em on the ass. I mean that literally. Point is, if you select me, you're in for a day of luxury, extravagance, and fun. Yes, I said fun. And if I don't pick you, remember what I said earlier? Well, it might be the last thing you ever forget. But hey, you look tired. Get some rest, sleep, maybe even sleep well if you can. Just try not to roll over to the about 15 feet to your left. Finally alone, for real this time, maybe. You drift off to sleep again. Hopefully you're not poisoned. Is Trickster around somewhere or something? Is that what he said maybe? Give me a second. Wait a second. Where are we? This isn't. Oh, jeez. It is. It's one of those reality show confessional rooms where all the contestants talk directly to the camera. I think today really went well. These were some of my first interactions with somebody who isn't a parent and didn't end in bloodshed or untimely perishing in my Russian cottage. So I'm counting today as a win no matter what happens. What do I think of the newcomer? Do I have to say? Oh, I do. Okay. Attractive, mysterious. I really don't know many other words since I was raised by my mom in the woods, till she was skewered by an elk and I had to wash her entrails off my Seraphan. That being said, the other three should make sure to be on their guard. I don't know who this newcomer will want to spend time with tomorrow, but I, for one, will not let my guard down easily. Who knows about the others? Wraith, I think, knows more than he's letting on about this place, but he's a hard nut to crack. Meanwhile, Spirit is just screaming all the time. Major buzzkill and Trapper. Oof. Where do I even begin with Trapper? He's buff, sure, but daddy issues much. Sheesh. Look, I don't need anyone. I've been perfectly fine on my own since my mother died. I eat a fine diet of raw deer, bear, and human, and I'm fit as a fiddle. That being said, something about this newcomer makes me think I might be missing out on some huge part of this thing called life. Look, I'm always full of rage. The key is knowing how to control your rage so you can use it. I am a master of self-control, and right now I'm using all the self-control I can muster, because today was a disaster. Let's just say I didn't love it. Haha, that was funny. Laugh. I said laugh. Damn it! Anyways, I'm planning to kill this idiot. What? Don't tell them though. I want to lead them on a little more. I want to make it that much better for me when they're screaming. I'm not really sure how to feel about Parzival. On one hand, everyone I've ever cared about has met an awful fate, so probably good for Parzival if they just keep ignoring me. On the other hand, some about them that could maybe work out for my plan, or for me. I know that everyone thinks of me as a beautiful, cold-blooded monster. I can't help it. Circulation just isn't my thing. I don't choose to be cold. This cute hat and robe, okay, those are a choice for sure. Someone were to come around and capture my heart, at least that beats being stabbed in it. Besides, I'm gonna get bloody revenge on a society that used me and threw me away. Maybe it wouldn't hurt to have a little help. Okay. So Trapper wants to murder me. Doesn't surprise me. Everyone else is okay. I'm actually going to leave it here. I'm gonna go ahead and say uh, we're already over an hour recording, and I don't really want to leave anything out, so this will sadly be a multi-part thing. I didn't think it was going to take this long or be this detailed, and yet here we are. So sorry for the long video, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if so, please leave a like, and I will continue this. I don't know how many videos this is going to take. I might just have to make a video per day. I have no idea. And my throat's starting to hurt from all these voices. I really need to take a break from it. But anyways, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like down below. If there are any other games you guys want me to check out, just comment them and I'll gladly go check it out. But yeah, anyways, I will see you guys next time.